kind of touching. I can almost go back to time, the 4 years that I did have with her. The best part was letting her fall asleep on my chest and then just looking at her. And Nikki. Nikki was the type of person that when you look at her, your heart melted. They both had smiles that was priceless. We kind of drifted our own way, but we also made it a point that no matter what, whoever came in my life, whoever came in her life, that Adrienne would always come first.
Can you take me back to the days beforehand? Was anything off?
No, everything was typical, a typical visitation day. The only thing that was different, Nikki had went to her window a few times. It kind of gave me the impression that she was expecting somebody. That particular night, that's probably one of my only regrets. My daughter wanted to come home with me that night, and I didn't take her home with me that night. And that's something that I had to live with, you know, the rest of my life. The thing that I remember more than anything was the fact that her looking out that window and waving at me goodbye. And I never would have thought that that would have been by forever. It was about, 8:39 when I went by the house that Thursday night. Knocked on the door, didn't hear anything, didn't get an answer. I touched the doorknob and I turned it. It gave way, it opened. All of a sudden I pushed against resistance. When I walked in, I stumbled. I reached down to see what I tripped over. As it turned out, it was my daughter Adrienne, and it was her leg. The fact that, I'm getting emotional. When I reached down and grabbed it, it was like solid lead, brick. And I heard Marcus in a playpen crying. I picked him up, grabbed him, ran next door, and gave him Marcus and said, hey, you need to call 911, something happened over here.
Something's wrong. What's wrong? My husband is over there with him, trying to find out what's going on, if they can revive him or what, I don't know.
And so I'm looking over at her mom and saying, what happened, what happened, what happened? And I'm hoping that this is a dream, and it's a nightmare, that somebody pinch me and wake me up.
My name is Martin Garland. I'm a detective with the Bremerton Police Department. I think it's likely that there was more than one person involved. He or she came in while they were likely sleeping. We're confident that it's somebody who knew the family. They were likely let into the house by Nikki because she knew them.
If she considered you as a friend and somebody she trusted, she would open up the door and let you in.
The night the crime happened, Kenny was taken here to the Bremerton Police Department to be questioned. Police looked at him as a person of interest. He was ruled out, and since then, police have looked at multiple people as persons of interest. But here we are more than 30 years later and no arrest in this case. Detective Garland tells me that they believe they're one tip away from solving this.
We did receive an anonymous tip from somebody who was intimately involved with the participants in this case.
And that's her being sweet and innocent. I miss my daughter more than life itself. And one day, according to my Bible, I plan on seeing them again.
Does that bring you comfort?
Yeah, it does. I can't change evil. I can't change what happened. And I can't keep living in the past to allow it to stop me from being me. What I do see, Adrienne and Nikki's story is being told. That's what I care about.